Today I'll be reviewing Mortal Kombat, and if you haven't heard of this game, you've either been living under a rock, in a cave, or in Somalia, and you're missing out because it's one of the greatest fighting game franchises ever created, in my opinion, and it's pretty damn fun. The version I'll be reviewing today is the Genesis version, and there's like 20 different console ports of the first Mortal Kombat, and there's some pretty major differences in between all of them. So if you're looking to get this game and you have a lot of consoles, do the research, find out which version is best for you. Now, if you want to play the Genesis game, you gotta type in the code to get the blood and gore, because honestly it makes a huge difference when you're playing the game. It's simply not as fun if some guy's head isn't popping off or blood spurting out. It's just not as visually interesting to me, at least. There's about 7 different characters to choose from, and although they all play the same for the most part, there are some character-specific moves that really set them all apart and really make the game. You got Sub-Zero with his ice, Raiden with his electricity, and Scorpion with his, well, you know. And so it makes all the characters fun to play as. Now, unless you're the before-mentioned guy living in Somalia or under a rock, you've heard of Mortal Kombat and you know what it's famous for. The blood and gore, the awesome fatalities, and the blood and gore. Now, all the characters have their own fatalities, and they're all pretty sweet. You got some head popping off with Johnny Cage. You got Sub-Zero taking somebody's head and spine straight off. You got Scorpion breathing fire on a guy. You got everything you can imagine. It's all sweet, and that's what makes Mortal Kombat awesome right there. Is that when you kick somebody's ass, you get to shove it in their face even more, especially with your friends. Be like, yeah, bitch, I'm gonna rip your head and spine off. Watch. Now, when you get to Goro for the first time, finally, get ready to get the crap beat out of you. The guy has 4 arms, and he does all kinds of moves that just make everything oh so difficult for trying to beat him. He'll grab you and throw you, and my favorite is he'll just jump in the air and stomp on you, which is pretty difficult to avoid. It does a ton of damage. Well, if I were going to rate Mortal Kombat, I'd have to give it 9 out of 10, easy. It may seem like an average fighter to people watching this video, or just a guy who's heard of Mortal Kombat, he's never really played it, but what sets this game apart is those fatalities. They're so awesome, they make the experience so much more awesome, and they're downright funny to watch. Playing a friend, it's a hard match, you're both about even skilled, you finally win. It's the ultimate shove it in your face move, ultimate taunt, rip his head off, or you punch his head off, or you breathe fire on him, or blow his head off with lightning and rip his heart out. Anything that all these characters do, it is so awesome and extremely satisfying, and quite simply no other fighting game is like that, and that's why Mortal Kombat receives such a good rating.